In today's Heroes Among Us, we have the inspiring story of John Chapman. It's a cold winter's night in Fort Worth, Texas, where retired General Dale Stovall is standing proudly in front of an appreciative crowd of fans at the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl at Amon Carter Stadium. On this night, he is being presented the John Chapman Service Before Self Award by the Combat Control Foundation. It's a prestigious tribute that was named in honor of the heroic actions of Master Sergeant John Chapman, one of our country's first casualties in the War on Terror.
John Chapman is the Air Force's only Medal of Honor recipient since the Vietnam War. He represents the highest ideals of heroism and sacrifice on the battlefield, but he also represents the unknown Air Force. This is the Air Force people have never heard of. It's the ground force that provides a direct impact on the enemy in a way that no other force in the world can match.
On March 4th, 2002, John's team landed in the middle of a hotbed of Al-Qaeda strongholds. A husband and father of two, he was part of an elite tactical team whose mission was to provide valuable intelligence to further American and partner force objectives on the battlefield. Immediately upon landing, the men tasked with executing Operation Anaconda found themselves in a hailstorm of intense gunfire. Chapman, seen here from a CIA drone, advanced on an enemy position, killing two combatants. His actions of attacking the enemy saved the lives of the team by allowing them to break contact and move down the mountain away from the ambush. Sadly, those actions to save others made him vulnerable, and he was mortally wounded. For family and friends, the news of John's death was devastating, but his legacy of service before self will endure forever. When his wife Valerie accepted his Medal of Honor posthumously, it was an emotional moment that brought closure to his service after his death.
When my brother first passed, it was heartbreaking for us, and it took years for the Congressional Medal of Honor to come to fruition. And when it did, the combat controllers that he worked with came around our family and just wrapped us in their wings and brought our family into part of their family.
This is a guy who was my best friend, my buddy. We lots of talks over the barbecue grill, lots of talks working on cars, lots of talks doing other stuff. And John meant a lot to me. And that day when John passed, man, I'll never forget that day.
John Chapman will forever be an American hero as a part of the Air Force Combat Control Team. Over the years, this elite group of men have played a key role in the success of our military operations. Like Master Sergeant Chapman, retired General Dale Stovall gained recognition and commendations for his role in saving a pilot from enemy forces on the ground in Vietnam. It's a very small but proud fraternity that Stovall is grateful to be a part of.
I'm extremely proud to receive the award. He was a combat controller, and today I think it honors him and all combat controllers. You have to remember that combat controllers only make up 0.1% of the Air Force. They have 71% of the combat medals. They're kind of an unheard of group that do more for our fellow services because they deploy with the Army, the Navy, Delta Force, SEAL Team 6, and the Rangers. And they are the ones that call in the air support. I'm in awe of them because what they do individually is far more than I did when I was on the combat rescue team.